Hello and welcome everyone, this is Rufus Shinra from the Shinra Corporation, coming back with a first face reveal video. Yeah, let's not make a big deal out of it, but before starting out, I would really like to thank you all for your support for during the last video and basically much all your support up until now. You guys are awesome. You are the reason why I keep playing this game basically, and try to improve and learn more things so that I could help you guys and help grow this community. So thanks again, and we'll never thank you enough for all that you've brought me for the past year. Now on to the topic of today's video, which hopefully will not suffer from the recording problems we had for the last one you set up. So the topic is high-level arena, specifically platinum and a little bit of gold 4, but more importantly platinum. So what happened yesterday is that the community managers asked all the moderators in the raid Discord to gather feedback from the platinum players around the situation today, what can be improved, anything that could help make arena great. So what I did along with other fellow moderators is we've contacted different players from our respective communities, and we've gathered a hefty amount of suggestions. So I will be going through those suggestions with you today, and you can let me know in the comment section below if you agree with them, if you have anything better to suggest to improve the game, and God knows the game does need improvement. So without further ado, I will put up the sheet and we'll go through it one by one. The suggestions are in no particular order, and these have not yet been submitted to the devs, but it will happen soon. And again, there is no guarantee that any of these will be in the actual development plan, but we can cross our fingers and hope for the best. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Alright, so let's check the list, and again, these are not ranked in a particular order, but we have quite a hefty number to go through. I will not read them all necessarily. If there are any that are grouped with others, I will just skip over them, but let's see. So first one, a way to convert excess gold medals into currency to buy things like in 3v3 Bazaar. So this is a suggestion as to whenever you max out your Great Hall, you can basically do nothing with remaining medals. So once you reach level 240, this is concerning only a small fraction of the population. But again, as the game grows older, more and more people will be maxing out their Great Halls. I know already plenty of players have. I haven't yet, but I'm not that far from it. I'm at around level 209, so it's maybe like 30 more levels to go, and I will be maxing it as well. So yeah, this would be definitely something to take into consideration, not to have those medals go to waste. Transform them into currency and have us do something with them. Second one, live action arena, please. I doubt this will ever happen, but plenty of other games do have live action. I think that it would require quite a hefty amount of development from Plarium's side, so let's hope. I don't know. Move the arena reset time. This one will come back pretty frequently. The arena reset time, as we all know, is not the best for everyone today. Even for me, living in a time zone where it happens at 9 AM on Mondays, it's not the worst time possible, but again, you have responsibilities, you have commitments. It's a Monday, it's a working day, so it's sometimes pretty hard to make the time for it. So yeah, the ideal would be to move it to something where people will have time or will have a flexible enough schedule so that they can push for platinum, like Friday night or Saturday or Sunday. So yeah, and I'm not even talking about people from the US who have to wake up at incredible hours of the night. So what do you think about this one? What do you have any ideas to improve this specific area with reset time? Because there are plenty of suggestions, and who knows, maybe you can add different ideas. So yeah, I'd love to see that in the comments. Add platinum medals. Yeah, in the same way that we have gold medals, we could have platinum medals that would be worth more than gold. Why not? Remove deflection from platinum rewards. This is also a controversial one, but one that I tend to agree with. If you take the two sets that you can win from platinum, deflection and swift parry blows deflection out of the water, no questions asked. So it feels like deflection is taking up spots in the rewards for platinum players. Give me anything else, for God's sake, and don't give me deflection. I mean, it's not a bad set, but it pales in comparison with whatever else you can win from platinum chests. So yeah, replace it with something else. As the suggestion says, replace it with glyphs, replace it with energy, with whatever, or with charms. But yeah, remove that. Increase platinum spots by 200, maybe even by 300 or 1,000. The player base has grown a lot since platinum was introduced, and 300 spots versus the hundreds of thousands or at least tens of thousands of people who are competing to reach high spots in arena, it's nothing. So yeah, please increase that. Add silver. Add a minimum of silver for victories in arena, higher amount for higher tiers. Again, a good way to motivate players to grind arena besides play hole, and to also help solve maybe the issue with silver that we're all suffering from. Blind battles. So for the top 300 players in platinum, introduce battles where you can't see your opponent's name. That will offset the clan strategies deployed by larger clans and give a chance to smaller ones or independent players to rank up higher. So what happens in Platinum Reset is that if you're part of a clan that is very competitive, like Gods and Legends, Tau, Dev, CNL, etc., oftentimes clan members agree not to hit each other in the few minutes before reset. The reason being they want to give each other more chances of ranking up higher and staying in those platinum spots. There is nothing against this in game today. This is something that can be considered somewhat passive boosting, but then again not if all the clans competing for high platinum are doing it. But again, if you are a clan that doesn't have a lot of players who are competing in platinum, if you are a clan that's just struggling or just trying to fight to establish its place in platinum, you can see this as an unfair advantage to those clans. So yeah, by making the battles blind, you will not see who you're hitting, so you could hit a clanmate or you could hit anybody else and you progress. All that will matter is how strong your champions and your team is. But yeah, definitely a nice thing to spice things up and to give a chance to more players to rank up higher. Week-long rankings. So yeah, to sum this one up, today all that matters in order for you to rank in platinum, high platinum, mid platinum or low platinum, is your performance right before reset. If you manage to push and get the right amount of points before the arena reset, you're in platinum, you're good. If you can't, you're still in gold 4 and you get lower quality rewards. So what this suggestion means here is that maybe have a way to take into consideration your performance throughout the week, because there are some players who play well throughout the week but either don't have the time, the opportunity, the energy, or maybe they're not in their best day during platinum and they end up not being rewarded for all they've been doing throughout the week. So that's a way of leveling the playing field. Maybe add additional rankings for overall performance. I don't know, but it should be a thing. Blind battles, we talked about it. Let's keep scrolling. Arena leaderboards after reset. Yeah, what happens today in platinum is as soon as the reset happens, there is no way to know how to know the overall ranking, the top 10, the top 20, or the top 100, or the top 300. You know how you ranked, you know your rank, basically. You get that information as you open the chest, but unless someone takes a screenshot of the top 10, which happens frequently on Manual's Discord, we have no way of knowing it. And it would be pretty easy for them to implement. Maybe leave a leaderboard for the past week, and then it will get uploaded the week after, and so on and so forth. And while we have the live leaderboard, we have another one, a log for it next to it. So yeah, pretty easy to implement again, and I think it would be very useful. iOS freeze bug. Yeah, this does not concern only Arena, because people have been suffering from a bug that makes the game freeze on iOS, and this is something that was raised by a player that tried to push Platinum during last reset on iOS, and the game froze on him like 4 times in the final 10 minutes, which could cost you your Platinum ranking. Yep. Swift Parry. Swift Parry is unkillable is a major point of frustration for a lot of players and cheapens Arena. I could be on board with this in the sense that the added layer of RNG when you use Swift Parry can make sometimes the arena frustrating because you're doing everything as you should, and then that Swift Parry comes in and throws a wrench in your machinery. So yeah, maybe nerf it, but you haven't heard it from me. This wasn't my suggestion. Somebody suggested it. I don't know if the devs will take into account. If Swift Parry is nerfed, please don't come to me with your pitchforks and torches. The other one, I think this one is about the speed meta. So despite several attempts to bring champions to the game to change the current speed meta, Storming Hegemon speed is still king. So what it says here basically is to add passives that are similar to cordials. For instance, something that decreases the damage received by a champion with higher crit damage by 50% or something that will prevent 2-second battles. I'm not necessarily on board with this because speed is king pretty much in every single game, and in this game specifically you can do really well with go second teams or with defensive teams as well. So speed is not the only meta. It's still important, very important, and I think what was done is enough. But again, we'll leave the suggestion here because this is a democracy. So let's see. Great Hall completion, champion and progression rewards. So yeah, basically this what this says is that to suggest to introduce milestone rewards as we have in the mission progress bar for the Great Hall. So as soon as you reach certain levels, you can get champions, or you can get resources, and then you can get an additional champion once you complete Great Hall, which is a long grind. And having that light at the end of the tunnel, or that carrot there, would be a pretty good incentive for people to go on. So yeah, I could get on board with that. Additional platinum tiers, not really on board with this. I don't know what you think, guys, let me know. So here they would like to see platinum divided into 4 tiers and have the stat boost be different depending on your tiers. So platinum 1 gets 21, 2 gets 23, 3 gets 25, and platinum 4 gets 27. And then add an additional tier, which would be diamond. I think it's too much. We already have plenty of tiers as it is, but yeah, it could be also a thing. I don't know. I'm more for keeping platinum as it is, changing the reset mechanics, and adding more slots in platinum, basically 500 or 1000, and it still would be competitive as we're seeing it today. Okay. So see battle duration logs. This one is huge in my opinion. This, if they could take just one suggestion out of the whole lot, have them take this one, because it's easy to implement and it will definitely have a huge impact on all the data you can collect from the game. So it's very simple. Have timestamps in your defense logs telling you how long the fight took. Easy. Today, if you look at your defense log, you can see, yes, I won, I lost, I won, but you don't know what happened in the fight. Since we can't get, or I assume we can't get replays of those battles, although some other games do have this feature, and this would be the ideal. Since we can't see what happened in the battle, tell us at least how long the battle took. That way we can, if we were building a stall defense, we know if we were successful. If we were getting farmed systematically by certain teams in 2 seconds or in 5 seconds, we know that there is something that needs to be fixed. So yeah, a huge feature, very simple, and big shout out to Mugamat for suggesting it. Champion rebalance suggestion. This is, I think, from Infinite. So yeah, he's talking about a few things that needs to be done regarding some champions that we can see pretty much in every single high ranking team in offense and in defense. So Plarium has actually done a good job addressing our concerns, albeit way too slowly. The recent anti-boosting efforts have put Top Arena in the best state it has ever been in. Couldn't agree more. The only 2 complaints I have would be the minuscule viable champion pool and the reset time. Champion rebalance is sorely needed. So the screenshots in the next columns are for illustration purposes. Let's take a look at those. So let's take a look at this was the last reset where Want to Mess ranked 1. Again, big shout out to Want to Mess. If you want, you can subscribe to his channel. I will link it somewhere down below. He just started a YouTube channel. He's been streaming for a long time. Yeah, so obviously all of you know Want to Mess, but those from the Shinra Corporation who don't, please go give him a subscription. He's a great guy. So Here, the top team, you have in pretty much every one of these teams. I think I counted like 9 Sifis out of 10 or 11 teams, and just as many Duchesses or Hegemons. The same thing if you go to the offense. These are defenses. If you go to the offenses, you would see Sifis and double Rotoses or sometimes triple Rotoses and Krisks everywhere. And the list goes on and goes on. This is another screenshot from another Platinum reset. You see the same pattern. So what Infinite here is saying that is proposing a few switches or a few tweaks to mix things around. First one, reduce Tronda's base HP and attack. She is both the hardest hitting champion and also the tankiest when it comes to offensive champions. So she's a little bit too OP. I say this with a heavy heart, and I love my Tronda, but yeah, she could benefit from the game could benefit from a Tronda nerf. Nerf Sifi Roto's passive to only clear a specific amount of debuffs, i.e. 2, or add RNG, so maybe 50% chance to clear 1 debuff or 50% chance to clear all debuffs, and then add an accuracy check to the Sifi's A1. She can sleep without caring about accuracy now. She's way too OP just by herself. In PvE content, she can do stuff no other champion can do, and add to that her passive with Rotos, which Rotos pretty much everybody has. Some people have 2 or 3 of him as well. It makes that team pretty much unstoppable. And 3, nerf Duchess. Her kit and her base stats have no flaws currently, so Blind Seer is a total joke comparatively. Yeah, I can attest to that. I have a couple Blind Seers, no Sifi, no Duchess. So Blind Seer is potentially really good, but again, her kit is all over the place. She does not do nearly as much as the Duchess or Sifi. So yeah, although I don't know if I would do it exactly this way. So I would maybe nerf Duchess, give her something like a higher cooldown on her revive, or maybe switch around the added bonus that is given through Veil, because that's something that nothing else does. The Veil buff basically benefited almost only Duchess, because at the time we didn't have Rector Dog. So yeah, do something about that. I'm totally on board. Again, if you don't agree, feel free to let me know in the comment section. Increasing avatar drop rates, yes, please. I finally got my platinum avatar, I think in the first week of this year, but it took me at least 6 months of grinding platinum every week, almost every week ranking in platinum, to get it. If you take the data mined information, it says that it's 20% chance. Although I'm not sure if it's my RNG that's sucky. I counted over 30 or between 20 and 30 platinum rankings on reset for me to get it. So yeah, this guy says, having finished in platinum myself for 9 weeks consecutively, it's very frustrating not getting an avatar for all the gems invested. I would say that make the avatar a guaranteed drop after a certain number of platinum placements. That would be the fairest way to do it, instead of keeping it RNG. Everything else can stay RNG, but you can get different avatars depending on the number of times that you rank in platinum. I will actually submit that as a suggestion. Show ranking board after reset. Yeah, this one is that we've mentioned earlier. Add a friendly arena system. Again, great suggestion. Adding a system to practice teams with clan mates without risking losing ranking. Why not? Because you will be able to ask your teammate to set up specific counters to the team that you are going to put forward so that you could practice against them. Great idea. I'd love to see it. Blind Arena, we've seen it before. New first place trophy. Now that you've fixed boosting and cheating, add a new first place trophy that the cheaters don't have. Yep. Because many, I'm not generalizing by any means here, but many of the people who have that elusive X1 next to their name, meaning that they've ranked as number 1. Some of them, I would say, not many, but some of them did not earn it fair and square, and they benefited from boosting. So introducing a new kind of trophy for the number 1 player would help distinguish those who've done it after the boosting was fixed and before. Sure. And then moving arena reset, basically this suggestion said that it could be rotating depending on the time zone. So yeah, all good suggestions in my opinion. Some of them I don't agree with, some of them I agree more. So let me know, what do you think should be done with arena today to improve it? Is there anything that we can do to make the mode more interesting? I am well aware that arena is not the top priority for plenty of players. I'm well aware that the PvE content is what actually needs to be boosted or improved, but again, this is a start. Let's get our voices heard. I will forward any suggestions I see in the comments that was not mentioned in this list to the developers, and I will make sure to keep you updated on how this list is treated. So with that being said, thank you very much. If you haven't, please leave a like and a subscription, it helps a lot. And I will see you in a next upload.